Hello YouTubers, this is Trainman122. So I finally got my next request. Comes from Conrail guy. Wishes for me to run a GP38-2 in YN2. He wants 2 of them, but as of right now, the scenario I have is a GP38-2 hooked up to an SD40-2, I think it is. Yeah, that's an SD40-2 right there. So, as of right now, this is the closest I can get. If I did just a normal do whatever you want service, it would still be yelling at me that these trains are supposed to be, doing other things, doing their own setups. So, I'm just gonna go with this for now. I hope it's still alright. Let's go ahead and sit down. So right now it wants me to pull up to a certain point and then reverse into a spur to pick up some boxcars. So I'm going to do that right now, setting everything up as it is. And we're off. Now this spur is only 10 miles an hour, I should point out. I should probably even be doing less than 10 miles an hour, but for right now, suspension of disbelief is that it's a simulator, and we're just going to go ahead and do the maximum allowed within the rules here. So for now, I'm just going to keep on chugging along at about 10 miles an hour. Under normal circumstances, I'd be doing the within yard limits, restricted speed, movement at half the range of, movement at a speed that would allow stopping within half the range of vision short of, people, railroad cars, men or equipment following the track, stop signs, or stop signals or derails, switches not properly aligned, all that fun stuff. As of right now, none of the above. Nothing's in the way. And there was an intermodal train just going by over there. I don't know if you caught it. It's probably out of view now, but we're just going to crawl up on these switches here. And so far, so good. Now, I know that switch looks like it's against me, but this is actually going to set it, should set it, or it's not going to. Why did it not do it? I don't understand this simulator sometimes. Luckily I stopped before the actual switch point itself. So I'm going to come up here, and then I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to throw that switch. It should be okay. So now, I'm going to get back inside, because sometimes the simulator will throw the switch for you, dependent on how you're supposed to be going for the scenario. Sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it did not. Let's go ahead and just keep going. But that's the stopping within half the range of vision portion for you. I did not stop within half the range of vision, however, I was able to at least stop before it. Let's see here. Yeah, see, that one turned in front of me. That one was okay. That one, I don't understand anymore. But those are the boxcars I'm picking up over there on the siding. I'm just going to pull up here, stop on the marker. Oh, right, I have to be within 5 yards. Or not. There we go. I guess I have to be more on top of it than I thought. Alright, so at this point, it's going to tell me to get out and throw a switch. I say no. Instead, I'm going to go into the map here. I'm sure there's another way of doing this, but without pausing the game, but this is the way I'm currently going to do it. So, sand off, start up. So, whoop. Am I hitting the wrong buttons on my keyboard? I probably am. Alright. Another 8-mile-an-hour speed restriction. Or restricted speed, however you want to put it. Just going to back up nice and slowly into this siding, pick up these boxcars. Alright, now I'm going to start slowing down. The ideal couple up speed is anywhere between 1 and 2 miles an hour. They say you can go under 4, but it gets pretty hefty after that. Kind of dangerous to do it that way. It says wait. Now we're going forward. Let's go ahead and set up the lights. I can now turn off the rear lights because they are now facing train cars. Alright. Just pull out of the siding and we will be going to that 0.6 mile an hour, I'm sorry, 0.6 miles away marker and backing into the yard as instructed. Once I'm out of the siding, I'll be able to do 15 again. There we go. Again, you don't want to really do it as hard as I'm doing it. You know, notch 2 is a bit rough for just getting up to 15 miles an hour. I'm just kind of highballing it, as I said. I just wanted to get through this one a little bit quickly. I don't mean you any offense, Conrail guy, but I've actually been trying to do this video multiple times today, and it keeps giving me some problems. So I've actually done this scenario at least 5 times before it actually started cooperating with me. I do apologize for that. It's my recording software. It's not the game itself. So as of right now, we're doing alright. Coming up on that marker. .400 yards. And I have frozen. There we go. We're all right. Nothing dead. We are technically going down a 0.2% grade, so I'm going to start applying some independent to keep us under 15. And we are coming up on that marker, so I'm going to want to start slowing down as it is. Let's get you under 10 now. Oh, come on. Really? You're gonna be that? Really? Come on. You saw it. I stopped right on top of the marker. Whether or not my own person was over it or not is not really up to debate there. Alright, so you gotta be careful about these, because even though the blue marker is lining up all the way to where I'm supposed to go, not all of the switches are lined for me. This one right here is now lined. I'm clicking on them and they are not going to line up until after I stop pausing the game. So unpause, repause. Let's look at that again. Yeah, that one's set right now, and that is set correctly now. Yep, all set. So now I can just now, under normal circumstances, I would have somebody back there to help me out. So, for now, because Chuck over there is very lazy, I'm just going to do this. In fact, yeah, there we go. Camera 3. And we are... gotta creep on up. There we go. That one's no longer set against me. Yeah, this is the whole other side of the yard that I never get to see. Nothing ever happens over here. It's a shame. I think that's an entire repair facility too. There's a lot of things they could have done with that, but they don't do anything with it. Most everything's done at that end of the yard. Although, there's nothing stopping me from running a train into there. There really isn't. Alright. Oh yeah, I can adjust this camera angle as well. I have to use the arrow keys to do it though, which makes it a little bit awkward. But, considering I use WASD to do all of the movement, it's alright. So I'm hanging off the side of the boxcar now, if that helps you out there. Alright, but at this point, crawling up on it now. Alright, so that is asking for the locomotive to be on that. Now, I'm gonna go here. Here we go. Nice and easy. By the way, I want to point out, I don't know if you'll be able to see it that well, but there's a bell just above the X on the side of this locomotive here. It is actually moving. The little twiddly bit inside of it that makes the ding ding sound, it is actually moving right now. Just wanted to point that out. Let's just get a nice little shot here. That looks nice. Right. There we go. That's gonna be a nice thumbnail. Alright, let's get back in here. That can turn off. I need to now uncouple the vehicles. Alright, yeah, that's not supposed to be happening. I'll fix that in a minute. What I actually forgot to do, I'm gonna get back inside the cab here. I need to set my 3-step protection, as according to CSX ruling. And it's actually pretty simple. Turn off the generator field. Put the reverser in neutral. The independent, full application. That is 3-step. This allows me to go in and out of the middle of train cars that are connected together to check air hoses and so forth, as well as, in the case that I'm about to do, apply handbrakes. Let me just also fix this. Here it is. Ditch lights off. We do not need ditch lights on you. Alright. I also have to remember that I'm setting this handbrake, because later on I think it's going to have me run around to the other side and, let's get off here. I actually need to be in here. I have 3-step. Climb up this ladder. Look at that hand wheel. Applied. Reminds me of the good old days. Alright. Now I'm going to uncouple. Now, depending on the number of vehicles, as well as incline, decline, all that stuff, how heavy your train is, yep. That boxcar's a little bit scared. Just when you think you've seen everything wrong with a simulator, it just goes and does that. What do you say after something like that? Oh yeah. I'm sitting here trying to figure out why I'm not moving anywhere. This is the reason I'm not moving anywhere. Alright, 300 yards to reversing point. Let's do this. At this point, it's going to tell me to stop and reverse, of which I will happily oblige by doing this. and it wants me to switch there, so I have clicked on that. I'm going to then go to this point here. Now, was this a go via or stop there? I think it's a go via because it wants me to go to the other end of the yard and then pick up these auto racks and then shove them into here. So let's find out. Go via location, yes. So I'm not actually going to be stopping at this location. I'm just going to be running my train through it. Go. Once again, do not run your train at 15 miles an hour and in the yard. Run it at the half stopping distance within half the range of vision. Not like me. If anything, I should be doing about 7 miles an hour, but as of right now, I just need to get through this. I'm hoping it won't be too long. So far, I think I've done about 15 minutes. Which is pretty good time, considering everything I've done. By the way, is that boxcar still shivering in place? Yes, it is. I really don't know what to tell you. Oh, it's more than one. They're just kind of shivering there. That is just crazy. Now it's at this point I am going to look here and see. Yeah, this needs to be thrown. I have just set that. We're clear all the way up. Alright. There goes the auto racks. We're going to be picking those up in a minute. Dual SD40-2s sitting there, being SD40-2s. Over there is the turntable and where I did the GE/EMD startup sounds video. And I still could. I believe this is the relatively same time that I started. Yeah, I started at about noon, didn't I? It's when I did the scenario for that one, the service for that one, it was noon. As of right now, it's 11:30 in-game time, 11:37. So, yeah. About that time, which also means there would be an intermodal train that's coming up soon then. So I'm gonna start doing this view here. I know it's not quite as cool as the first person view, but in this view I might be able to see that intermodal train come in. Couple to formation as indicated. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. It wants me to go in there. Flip the switch. Let's just adjust this properly. There we go. So far, so good, Conrail guy. Also, sorry to say they don't have Conrails in here, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Although I wouldn't really put it past them. So far, the only word that we have about any other content coming in is that there is a rumor they're working on Baltimore and Ohio equipment. Although, once again, that's just a rumor. As of right now, we only have GP38-2, SD40-2, AC44 in CSX YN3 and YN2. There's word officially that there's going to be a Jeep 40-2. There we go. There's going to be a GP 40-2. They're going to be adding that at some point, which is basically a 2-axled 3,000 horsepower beast of a Jeep. Reverse. Alright. Go ahead and set that. I can turn that one off now because I'm now facing an auto rack. When you're facing a train car, that light does not need to be on. Technically speaking, I would love to actually be in the SD40-2 right now, but I know it's not going to be as simple as that, so I'm going to go ahead and just start yanking away. Doing good. Doing real good. I actually should also check those switches there. I would be doing this in real life. I'd be doing it very much normally, which is get out of the train, check the switch. As of right now, that's not really a feasible option. Oh, look at that. Not bad. Alright. Start applying some brake here. Got to do it earlier because you got more weight. Also, I believe I'm going to need to throw this switch down here. Let's go ahead and do that, because as of right now it looks like I'm getting really close to it. Oh, that's good enough? Alright. Then let's go ahead and check all this. That can go back to normal. This, flip that one, flip that one. Alright, now this is where I'd like to get back on him. Alright, it's a little bit hard holding on to, there we go. Let's do that. Alright. Oh yeah, that's right. Almost forgot that my locomotive is actually facing forward at the moment, so there we go. Normally in a situation where I'm hanging off a train car, I'd be going in reverse, but oh well. I'm still telling you guys, there's a train. It's gonna be here sometime. Not here yet. Now this is a nice view. Let's get this view right here. Oop. Let's not go inside the tracks. But there we go. When I get nice and close, I'm just going to give you a nice bird's eye view of that coupler right there. This is not a location where you'd want to be sitting, by the way. Do not stand on couplers while the train is in motion. That's a horrible idea. Heck, I don't even know how you're keeping your balance on here. There we go. We're getting nice and close here. I wonder if I'm going to have to grab those coal cars. I'll bet you I am. I hope that was pretty. Set center. Generator field off. Fully independent. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and set the handbrake on this one as well. Which I actually have to do from the other side. I'm going to have to go around here. And I'm going to have to turn off the handbrake on the boxcar on the other end as well. So in this particular case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie down these two intermodals right here. Auto racks. That's one tied down. And that's two tied down. Now I'm gonna run to the other boxcar. Do not run in a train yard. It's too many loose rocks. You could easily trip and fall, and who knows what would happen to you. Good news is the boxcars have stopped freaking out. Oop, passed it. Here we go. There we go. Let the slack release. That's all you're hearing right now. If you hear that little bit of clickety-clack or clacking, whatever you want to call it, That's just a little bit of slack release. That's natural. Now that while I'm here, and this is also not really something you would typically do, but while I'm here I wanted to show you something else. You can open these auto-rack cars. Now let me go ahead and pop the coupler there. I'm going to pull it up just a little bit. Oh, I'm on the wrong car. There we go. It's going to tell me to reverse. Yeah, it's going to tell me to reverse. Let's see here. Generator field. Reverse. Bail off. I generally want to be about 100 feet away from it when I'm working on things that are in between the train cars. Now, going into the area where you see the air hose, the coupler, you know, to pull the pin and all that stuff, that's separate. That's completely, that's fine with the three-step process. But to do a different process where you're actually going to be in line with a coupler between two uncoupled objects, you need 100 feet or 100 yards. Or, I think this is 100 feet, yeah. And I'm just going to go ahead, pop that. Look at that. I can climb up inside of it too. Isn't that neat? And there you have it. I thought this was pretty neat. So let's go to where it needs me to go. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. I know this video is getting a bit long there. I don't like making these videos long, but, well, unfortunately, driving trains isn't exactly an easy business. I'm also going to double check. You know, I've thrown most of these switches myself, but I want to make sure. Yeah, see that one right there I need to throw. And I should be all set to go straight through that. That's fine. Here we go. $500. 400. Yep, 460. 50. 40. Yeah, there we go. Feel like I'm the only YN2 in this yard right now. You know what? There's a YN2 SD40-2 over there. I shouldn't say that. So maybe I'm not, but like passing all these YN3s makes me feel weird. Almost 6,000 coins, and they don't seem to do anything. At best guess, it might have something to do with whenever they decide to add multiplayer, but that's far from here. Couple to formation as indicated. Okay. Where am I going? Why'd you make me pull all the way out here for this? That is so strange. That. This needs to be switched. It will be. Alright, and where am I going? Yeah, there's the coal cars. I said I was gonna need to do it. Wonder where it's gonna want these. This is basically a set of coal cars, intermodal. Well, I'm sorry, coal cars, auto rack, and box cars. Oh, hey, look. Oh, you know what? That's pretty cool. They never honk back, but it's always nice to honk at them. Still don't know why you'd put an intermodal container well car empty in the middle of a manifest. It sounds dangerous. With one car being so light and everything else being so heavy, in the middle of a manifest like that, you hit the brakes a little too hard, it's easily going to derail. Hopefully it's all empty. At this point, I don't even think I need to tell you guys what I'm doing. I don't even know why I need this SD40-2. I really don't. I haven't been using it to change position or anything like that. In a case like this, I'd gladly be inside that SD40-2 looking the other direction. but it doesn't quite work that well. All right. Oh. Yeah, looks like the departure of that one train messed up my trackage here. Just temporarily moving in the other direction. There we go. And then we're gonna load it down there. There we go. Gonna do that. There we go. Alright, so once I get all the way up there, you know, in theory I should be able to stop like right about now. I don't get why it wants me to go this far. Should be able to do that, right? Yes. Let me guess, I'm coupling up to the auto racks. Flip this switch. That seems to be going good. That seems to be going good. Yep. Make it feel like I am. All right. Still getting lots of coins. Still not doing much of anything. 7,550. I don't even know anymore. Oh, okay. It didn't like that. Even though I was well within clearance, it didn't like that. Bring it in nice and easy. So it's slowing down now. Gotta make sure I don't hit it too hard, especially since I'm currently pretty much riding it. You don't want to ride the train car into the couple up, but my camera position is only suggestive of that. There we go. Alright. Waiting. I am waiting. Objective complete. What does it want me to do? Uncouple from the vehicles. Alright. Let's go ahead and get out here. Let's do this, do that. Those two other racks are still holding it together. Wait, no. We learned this. We learned this. Generator field on. Also need to make sure of something here because it's telling me to go really far out there. Wants me to go up to that switch. Alright. Let's go ahead and just run up to that switch. Where'd that auto rack come from? I mean, I knew one was going to show up, but did it really just kind of pull in here and I didn't notice? That's weird. Go. That looks like an interesting auto rack as well. 3 SD40s? That's not something I normally see. That is one of the trains I can run, by the way. It's just here for a recrew. Alright, I'm going via location. I believe this may be near the end of the entire thing. So, I'm probably going to be parking the locomotive somewhere. I don't know where, but let's find out. I wonder if it's going to tell me to park them. I think it is. I'm probably putting them back where I got them from. See, kids, when you're being told to put your toys back, it pays to actually put your toys back, because one day that might be a job description, to put your toys back. How you doing? Bring it in nice and easy here, and then it's going to tell me to reverse. Ah, goodness. Okay. Go. Let's go ahead and do this. If only this were available to us in real life. It wants me to stop at that location. Alright. Well, if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be going into that facility over there, which means I need to be on that track, which means I'm going to be using this crossover. Calling it right now, I'm using this crossover. No, alright, I'll keep going. Called it. This one's going to be 2 locations, because I have to hit that one and that one to make it a full crossover. Wants me to go to 10 miles an hour now. Must be a very slow crossover. There we go. $10,400. Still nothing to do with those. I sure do wish that was a paycheck. Make sure you switch both of them back. It's a nice thing to do. And remember, 10 miles an hour once again. As soon as my SD40-2 enters that switch, it's 10 miles an hour. Boom, 10 miles an hour. Alright. Looks like I'm going to be parking it up for the night, although it says stop at location reversing point, so I'm wondering what it means by reversing point there. I'm just going to double check this too. Yeah, that looks alright. Yep, it's set properly. There we are. Alright, it wants me a little bit closer. Yeah, that's close enough. And we're done! What do you mean -1? I think they broke the screen. Yeah, I'm level 13? Oh, it didn't look like it would have been 13. Nevertheless, I am not going to shut them down for the night. I'm just going to do the normal turn off, which is set that to that, set that to that, that to that. There we go. This can be initial reduction. And I think that's pretty much the way I found it. Yeah, that can all stay the same. See you, Chuck. Yep. See ya.